Hello everybody and welcome back to Germany in our random Hearts of Iron 3 map. We have just made a plan to take Alaska out of the war. Hopefully we can pull some phase of it off. It is, after all, March. The weather is getting nicer. It's actually not quite negative in all of the provinces. I don't know how well you can see this on YouTube, but the slightly whiter provinces are the provinces where it's still frozen, and the non-white provinces are the provinces where it's no longer frozen. So we still have a big bunch of frozen up here. It's only negative half of a degree Celsius up here. Obviously, the further you get towards the Arctic Circle, the colder it is going to get. But I think it is safe to say that in just a few days we can start our offensive. Once again, we are planning on making a small encirclement in the area immediately north of their capital, which I am not even going to try to pronounce. By pushing down along this route with our light tank corps, the 1st Armored Corps, while simultaneously pushing south from this left flank up here, and hopefully trying to meet up in these provinces. To that end, we are going to start the attack from up here and right here, while leaving this front mostly stable. We're not going to try to push them out of these provinces because we want to eventually capture, surround, and force these enemy regiments to surrender to us. So once again, we're just going to be waiting for a couple of days, and hopefully nothing interesting happens, because something interesting happening usually means that something's going wrong. We are still getting, well, I guess not in the last week, but we are still having some problems with the enemy navy. They are sinking a lot of our convoys. We do have a significant amount of available transports, so I'm not too worried about them absolutely destroying our ability to supply our Greek colony down here. But they are proving to be an annoyance, more of an annoyance than I thought they would be, especially considering they only have this one port. They also have a few islands out in the middle of nowhere. We may end up, like if this takes way too long, we get delayed or something, we may end up just taking their island and colony provinces from them, so that we don't need to worry about it. They also have this island out here. All right, it is officially dawn on the 8th of March. The weather is looking fairly favorable. It is still negative in a few provinces, but not the province that we're going to attack in. And these ones up here, it is still negative, but only this province has muddy ground. And this province does not. So we're not going to be facing rather intense weather penalties to our attacks. So I think we will begin in earnest. We'll just have all these guys push down there, all these guys push down there, and all of these guys push down here, except for one unit. And to defend this little area, we're going to move one of our guys over in this direction. We'll just shift him over across the line. Once again, the idea is to swing down in this direction. If they decide to retreat to these provinces over here, I guess we might let them for now. The main goal is still to link up with the forces in the capital. So these guys will be heading down this way, these guys will be heading down this way, and these guys will be supporting their flank. To that end, we are going to make a small attack from up north here into this province, and we are going to not attack with all but one of our light armored divisions. And we want enough to be able to easily push them out of this province, but we don't want to hinder the rest of our tanks with that redeployment penalty. Some of our tank brigades, our armored car brigades have made it back over here, but they are still reorganizing because we use the strategic redeployment tool, so we're not able to actually integrate them into the garrison brigades yet. But we're gonna let this go, and we'll see how well we do. We did redeploy the first close air support, but they're not quite. Oh, it looks like they can. They can just reach this province, so we can use our close air support aircraft in support of this engagement, which is probably the most important one. Depending on how they decide to do it, they may pull these units off to attempt to reinforce in here. at which point we'll just push on through. We'll attempt to make pinning attacks to keep them in place, and if not, we'll just take those provinces from them. Our attack aircraft are not doing too well, but we can throw them in for a few engagements in here. Just do a general ground attack, and we'll increase the range that these guys can pick engagements from. They'll attack in support of our ground attacks. They won't be able to do it for very long because their organization is rather low and their strength is rather low as well. We want to make sure that we have enough supplies for this, but we have a humongous stockpile of supplies, so I'm not too worried about that. Everything else looks to be in good order. So we'll let a day tick here and see how well our attacks are going to be going. It looks like we are slated to win all of them. These ones are going to be the most difficult. Yeah, this one probably is going to be the most difficult. And they are putting up a fair amount of resistance here because they're fully dug in. You know, we haven't made any probing attacks. They haven't moved at all, and they have a fort in this province, so we are getting a negative penalty. But there's no weather negative penalty over here, so we are attacking at looks like about 117, 132% efficiency. Now our guys, oh good, Major General Duncan Fowler, skill 0 maximum. All right, we need to remember Duncan Fowler, and we need to relegate him to the Garrison Corps because he's hurting us here. Any experience he gains will be entirely useless to us. Maybe we'll be able to take this province from them before they can retreat their airplanes, although we can't exactly count on that. It looks like they already have. Air combat. Yeah, they're getting out of there. I think we'll be able to win these first round of battles handily, but we need to watch their units on other side. Yeah, they've retreated from Umet, Sharanar, and Buchinrisk, but they haven't retreated from up here, Minchinrisk. So they've fallen back across this line, which is fantastic, but they haven't retreated from this province yet. We need to watch to make sure that they don't try to reinforce this combat from either of these two positions here. We want them to stay stable there. All right, we have won that battle. Now, since we've won, we need to move everybody except for one infantry into this province. So these tanks will arrive on the 10th of March, tomorrow at 1800. This tank will arrive on the 12th of March. So it's always a good idea to keep your breakthrough units in reserve. Don't actually use them in the fight, so they can rush up and exploit any opportunities for surrounds that you provide for them. So as soon as they get in this province, we'll deploy orders and have them push around here. Maybe we can even take the capital without a fight. We'll see. We'll see how well that's going to work. And here they are. Look at how quick that was. We've got the 2nd Panzer Division. He can't attack for another 56 hours, but we can tell him to move into a province that doesn't have an enemy in it. Hopefully we'll get there before the retreating enemy regiment gets there, and then we'll just overrun them. That retreating unit will be completely out of the game. We'll have taken him prisoner. But if he does get there, we won't be able to attack him for another 56 hours. So we do want to get more men up to the front as quickly as possible. We need more reinforcement, we need less upgrades. Fantastic. And we can deploy the 58th Infantry Division. Now this is just a regular old artillery infantry division, but we'll deploy it a little bit behind the front lines and attach it to a new corps, the 9th Corps. And I actually do want to stick with, the 0 skill leaders for our infantry divisions, because we do still want as much experience as possible out of this. Okay, so they're moving up. That's fantastic. You're staying back. Are you moving? Yeah, you're moving. Okay. Everybody's moving that should be moving. We just need to watch and make sure that we give the units orders when they get into this province. And we need to watch these guys up here as well. And they are moving their units around up on the left flank to counter our advance here. So the guys on the inside of the advance might get slowed down once they need to push through yet another infantry unit. And they actually retreated their guys well before we were able to take down their organization too far. So they'll still have fully organized infantry divisions, just a province behind us. Just because we won this first battle doesn't mean that we've completed phase 1. Okay, we have a significant amount of men in this province now. We're going to leave 1 infantry unit behind to defend against counterattacks from here, and one of you already has a movement assigned to him. You have a movement, you're moving down in that direction. So we're going to have you move over here, and then straight down in here. You move over there. You can push in that direction, and you will push in this direction. We'll leave 1 infantry unit behind to defend against counterattacks, and we'll move another infantry unit up to this province so that our salient is moderately secure. Obviously, a major counterattack we will need to counterattack against. We do still have 2 infantry divisions moving up, so I'm going to move 1 into this province and 1 into that province. We can change all that if we absolutely need to, but I want to get this round done as quickly as possible. Once we have the tank unit, let's see if we can find it. 1 moving into Novopokrova. This one. I want you to move into Tamov, and you guys, I want you to move into Bondari. Yeah. Both of you. No, just one of you move into Bondari. Hopefully that will be a nice, easy encirclement. We might get lucky and capture 4 of their infantry regiments, but even if we can just knock out 3 in this initial encirclement, that would be fantastic. Who knows, our infantry might not be fast enough. They are still going very slow. Does that mean the ground is frozen up here again? It is. It is just a little bit too cold for us to make any significant advances very quickly. We might need to rely on our tanks even more. It's even colder down here. Yeah, the weather's slowing this down a little bit, but hey, if it's slowing us down, it's also slowing our opponent down. And yeah, they did manage to get a unit into this province. It looks like they didn't retreat into this province, so this is an entirely new unit. Luckily, we have 3 light tank divisions attacking them with a fairly well-skilled general. These guys should not last very long, and if they decide to try to stay and fight, we'll just deplete them of their organization very quickly. Look at how quick their organization's going down. And we have been attacked in Chernoir, and we've immediately won the battle. So they were trying to move reinforcements into this province, and we got there before they were able to, so they just broke off that attack. Alright, I guess we need to take a break from that now and decide what we're going to build next. Let's see, we broke our destroyers off of our main fleet because they were restricting the movement of our main fleet. We need to get some destroyers that have a good range. Where's their range? Oh, here it is. I was looking right at it. Destroyers, range. Alright, these ones have significantly better than our previous ones. Our previous ones only had 1,500 range. These ones have 3,100. So that's fantastic. We'll build 5 of them, actually. And that will... we don't have a very good destroyer practical yet, but it should be good for the next naval engagement. And, I mean, we probably lose destroyers. You usually lose a lot more screens than you do capital ships because the screens are doing their jobs properly. Unfortunately, this attack will slow down our advance by just a little bit. I don't think it should cause any significant problems in terms of how well our advance will do, but they are moving units up to counter us. Net. Okay, so we moved into that province, and they are counterattacking our advance into that province. All of these guys participated in the initial attack, so we need to wait until they're reorganized before we can attack again. We are not going to have any difficulty defending against that, yeah. And movement into Dobrink, I don't think this infantry unit will be able to stand up to us enough to prevent us from overrunning. Oh, he did. Alright, the infantry unit that we pushed out of that province managed to get away. That's okay, our advance will continue. They aren't moving their men off the front line yet, which is good for us. Okay, we can't attack with 1 down here. 2. Good. Okay. We have these guys. Their job is to move down into here. but they are getting delayed. How about we have one supporting attack, and the rest of you go down that direction? Yes. And then you, when you can, will attack down here and over here. And you can stay there just as sort of a holding thing to keep him in line. They're catching their airplanes out in the open with no support. I mean, that is an interceptor wing, but we outnumber it 4-1. We won't have any difficulty there. Okay, they retreated out of that province. I don't think we actually beat them in that province, but they retreated. Okay, you're moving down there. I don't think we need 2 infantry divisions to stay here not doing anything, so I'll have you move down there. And that means you can continue moving over that way, and I'll have you continue moving. Try to take Tambov. Did I actually not? There. Okay, not doing so hot up there, but it looks like one-on-one we are much better than they are. Yeah, we won that fight one-on-one, even though we were basically on even footing. We were attacked in Dobrinken now. Our advanced tank unit got there and was immediately counterattacked from where? From Usman. Where's Usman? Down here? There he is. We are reinforcing. Unfortunately, each one only has a 0.5% reinforcement chance. We do have a very good leader in charge, though. And he's only got an infantry division at the front at this time. He does have a medium armored unit in reserve, though. He might bring that up to the front to fight us with. We're doing fairly well, though. He only has control of 34% of the province. He'll lose a lot of organization while he's engaged in this attack. Unfortunately, that does mean he is slowing down our entire advance, because we're only advancing one province at a time. At this point, he hasn't started withdrawing too many of his troops. He hasn't abandoned the front line yet. So this could still go very well for us. That battle might not go too well, depends on how well upgraded their troops are. It looks like neither side really took too many casualties. Alright, we do have another infantry unit on the front. Another minor skirmish somewhere up in here. One of our units pushed up in that direction, I guess. Okay, and they broke off their counterattack, and now we are going to begin our myriad of attacks. Oh, they are trying to break out, it looks like. They've attacked us in Minchursk in an attempt to cut all of our men off. They do actually have a significant amount here. We will counterattack their counterattack and actually try in earnest to take these provinces back from them. Do we still have our ranger? No, only infantry up here. So we won't attack into here. I think we will use one of our infantry to support attack from here. And then up in this direction, we can have one infantry. And then you can support. We don't have very good support on this province here, but we need to make sure that we don't lose. Yeah, good. Break it off. And I actually don't want to push him out of this province. Which battle is this? Popovka. Because I want to surround him. So once this battle gets to... Well, I mean, I might as well cut it off now. I don't want him out of that province. I want to take him completely prisoner. This is going to be a difficult fight. This battle to take Usman. We only have an infantry division down there. It's basically just keeping him from engaging our main attacking force. They do have another 10 hours before they can begin their next assault, and we may need to work around this heavy armored unit. I'm not sure. You're doing well up here. How about we push this... Can we push this tank out, you think? Let's try it. Support attack. Coming from two directions. What province is this? Kerensk. Not doing too well now, but we do have a unit reinforcing. We'll see what happens when he gets to the front line. At the very least, this is getting excellent experience for our generals. They rate us at 67%, so I think we're doing all right there. Meanwhile, the main thrust of our infantry is has almost reached the destination province, and we are doing well in this sector, even against their armored units. We have been attacked and won in Bondari, and we have won this battle here. Okay, we just moved into this province, and they were moving into this province, but they aren't anymore. Okay, so really what these guys, what the job is here, is to prevent them from getting out of Tambov. These guys have been severely delayed in their advance, so we can't count on these guys to be doing the spearhead here. We need to get these guys into Tambov as soon as possible, so when these guys get into this province here, we will have a full surround on them. How's this battle going? Those medium tanks are just hard. They are very, very armored units. It's tough for us to take their organization down. We've won the Battle of Uzman. Okay, good. Our infantry unit has pushed them back there. Not doing so hot in the province of Ertil. We only have one of our divisions on the front line. We haven't lost enough organization yet to really call it off, and if nothing else, we're preventing this heavy armored unit from stopping our advance. Okay, we have an infantry unit here. They are doing their best to get away. I'm really hoping we can move into Tambov. 25th of March. My goodness. They are so bloody slow. What if we move it from here? 1st of April. Alright, well, we just need to trust that that will actually be an effective surround. Alright, we have broken through to this province here. They are retreating to their capital. Actually, what we can do, since they're retreating here, we can try doing a small attack to sort of pin the units down into this province. He will still retreat, but we at least delayed him by a day, I suppose. You can hold the line there, support the encirclement. Really, before we can advance in this direction, we need to close up our flanks here. But this is a really expensive fight. My goodness, so much organization loss. I don't think we can knock him out. We just don't have the strength required to knock him out. We lost too much organization before our supporting division could get to the front lines. We need to let this guy regain his organization before he'll be of much use again. And we've done it. We have encircled, it looks like, 4 regiments. And immediately they're going to start trying their best to break out. So what we need to do is eliminate this pocket. I'm requisitioning you. You guys can stop your movements and start lengthening the front. Heading in that direction. One of our main goals for this push is to take their capital, which is this province right here. It's only defended by garrison, and it's not an urban province, but I don't think attacking with just the 1st Panzer Division is really going to get us what we want out of it. So we're going to move in support of this attack in Ertil, which we are not doing so spectacular in. Have they retreated? They retreated. They retreated because we're threatening their capital. That's fine. Actually, I want someone to stay here. What are you doing? You are defending in this province. Yeah, you can do that. Who's attacking you? Okay, they're attacking from down here and up here in an attempt to get out of the pocket. We're being attacked in this province in an attempt to get out of the pocket. Are they supporting that attack from their capital? Yes, they are. Well, we just need to hold here until our attacks from the north force these guys to surrender and retreat into one province. They've already retreated from this province, and they've retreated from here, and they broke off their supporting attack from here, which lets our further attacks continue on. We push them back in Lipetsk. This unit can now Actually, I don't want to push too far up with the Second Army. I mean, that's an awkward salient anyway. I suppose we can consolidate the line right here. That would actually be fairly intelligent. So let's do one big old infantry attack. We can support them. We're gonna incorporate Ferozne into our line. They're just retreating, basically. They want to get into a better defensive position. We are threatening their capital. I completely understand their desire to do so. I'm gonna pop you into the 9th Corps, and we apparently captured a victory province. We have this one, and it's giving us leadership. It also has a very, very good airfield that is rather damaged because of all the fighting in that province. That's all right. It'll get used at some point in the future. We are expanding our military, and I want to keep that officer ratio as close to 140% as possible. So we'll just sink our new leadership into officer recruitment. This pocket should be neutralized in just a bit. No real problems. We're going to need to swing north to eliminate this nonsense happening up here. They can't advance on us, but we can't exactly advance on them either. Although it looks like we are advancing in this pocket. And they're attacking us here again, using their garrison division as support. But they do have a tank, so that might be a little bit dangerous for us. And our 2nd Armored Corps is starting to come out of the factory. Let's rename this right quick. 2nd Armored Corps. We are starting on the 3rd Army. Wonderful. So we'll attach both of these guys to the 3rd Army. Oh, no, this Armored Corps is actually a 2nd Army thing. Forgot about that. We'll need to remember to build one for the 3rd Army. Speaking of which, how about we build one for the 3rd Army? It'll actually be a... what did I say? Motorized, right? It'll actually be our new light armor motorized. It's still not spectacular because we can't build medium armor yet. Medium tank brigade. We can build it in May. So March, April, May. I don't want to wait 3 months. That's 3 months of wasted production. We'll upgrade them if we need to. I'm not going to build them as reserves, but this is really expensive. I mean, we have good practicals now. Might as well keep it up.